Okay, welcome to the world premiere of my new terminal program. But before we get there, let's have a little bit of history. In the old days, when you wanted to print a little separator on the printer to identify who you were between print jobs, or maybe on the screen, you wrote a little program. So we'll have a look at a simple one, banner sh. So what it does is it has some bold in here with tput, fancy. It lines up the vertical bars with printf, and well, let's run this and have a look with our text of hello world. Okay, nothing too fancy, but you know, better than just a simple echo. But we can do better. So in the days of Unix, they foresaw this, smart people that they were. And so they wrote a program called Banner, so you didn't have to write your own. And so let's have a look at Banner. We specify the column so it knows basically how wide our screen is. And there we are. Lovely. So that's pretty much all that Banner does. There's no features, nothing. Now they came out with one for actually printing large banners by rotating 90 degrees called Printer Banner. I call it VBanner on my system. Because it's so long, we're going to have to pipe this through less. So let's have a look at that. Hello world. Wow, it doesn't look so good on the screen, but it would look nice on the printer. So after VBanner or Printer Banner, there was a fad back in the 80s and 90s to have ASCII art at the bottom of your email. It would be an email signature, or SIG for short. And they had a lot of fancy fonts. They were all handcrafted, of course, and typed in by people who were serious about their email signatures. So a bunch of guys, Frank, Ian, and Glenn, decided, hey, let's write a program where you can pipe in arbitrary text and it will print it out in a number of lovely ASCII art fonts. And so that was the birth of Figlet. And so let's look at that. And wow, that's nice. Nice font, eh? Does Figlet have other fonts? Why, yes, it does. It also has the capability of being piped into lolcat, which adds a little bit of color. So here we are, hello world, a lovely script with some color. Nice. There was a guy, Sam Hochvar, and he thought, you know, I can one better Figlet. And so, by the way, Figlet stands for Frank, Ian, and Glenn's letters. So he wrote Toilet, which stands for the other implementation's letters. So Toilet, different fonts. You think, well, okay. But Toilet has other features. It has built-in color. And so let's have a look at another font and built-in color. Well, there we are. So that's certainly different than Figlet. And so that's fine and dandy. But, you know, I thought I can do better. There's this feature that was recently added to some terminals back in 2016 called Sixl Graphics. And what that does, it's a very old standard, but it allows you to display graphical characters in an otherwise pure text console or terminal. So I wrote bidet because I decided to. And so let's have a look at bidet's output. You think, well, that's not very impressive, although you will notice the lovely crispness of the letters. But of course, bidet can do more. Like the vertical banner before it, we can rotate things 90 degrees, and we can add a background color, and here we are. Oh, and we can also do Latin, Latin one letter. So look at here, very nice. And so let's pull out all the stops here and have something seasonal. Here we are with a lovely hello world in a nice big font. And I think this puts Figlet and Toilet to shame, but that's just me. So let's have a look at the man page. You can use it in one of three ways. It has a bunch of options. So you can have Latin 1, as I said. It does have some requirements: Perl, GoScript, a program called Sponge, NetPBM. An important note for you people on Debian-derived systems, e.g. Ubuntu, the NetPBM has been lobotomized for licensing reasons, and so you're going to want to remove that one and get the one right from SourceForge. Directions here. You're also going to need a terminal capable of displaying Sixl Graphics, so MintEty on Cygwin works, MLTerm on most Linuxes, iTerm2 on Mac OS, and yes, I've tested this program on all of those. And here's a little bit of background. 83 banner came out, 87. There was the wonderful VT300 series of terminals, which had the Sixl encoding format. Then in 91, Figlet came out, 2004, Toilet, 2014, Image to Sixl utility, and 2016, this guy, Hayeki, added Sixl support to MintEty and MLTerm. And then, of course, in 2020, Chris Paul at me decided to release because I decided to. All right, so that's that. Thank you very much for watching. I know it was thrilling, and I'll let you know when my next exciting utility is released. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.